Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of 90 Day the Other Way, Season 1. Oh my gosh. Episode, I don't know. Obviously, I just woke up as usual. This is what you get. The Family Chantel will be out later today around 3 or around 4. Oh, I tried to watch a little bit of the Family Chantel, and I know this is not the Family Chantel video, but I tried to watch a little bit of the Family Chantel, and when I tell you, I got all the way up to the part at 1:22 in the morning, got all the way up to the part when Nicole and Coho were at the bar talking, and she like, "You want to see Pedro?" And Coho said, I mean, I respect that he's in a marriage a little bit, but Chantel needs to understand that he's a good man. And I said, you know what? No, this ain't for me. I started to get more angry and more angry. And I said, let me just walk away from this. So I walked away from that. I'm going to watch it when I come back because, mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay. Let's talk about Laura and Aladdin. They're going to the beach. They get in the car and she's really, really sad because, she's missing her home. She's missing everything about her home. And she says it's been very difficult adjusting to life because it is so conservative over there. So they in the car. She starts crying. He comforts her in the car, but then in his confessional, he's like, I mean, a lot of all women leave their house to come be with their man, so it's not like she did anything out of the ordinary. But Aladdin, are you stupid or are you dumb? She left her whole country. Please don't sit up here and act like she lived down the street from you and her the rest of her family is down the street and she just being overly dramatic. Don't. Okay? Don't. So they get to the beach. He's like, "You're not really happy." And she's like, "I miss my family. I want my son to come to the 3-day wedding." Her son, Liam, refuses. He refuses to come. And then Aladdin is like, "Well, I mean, that's what life is. You basically you leave the nest when you get married." And she was like, "Can I have some compassion? Can you not just act like I didn't give up everything in my natural born life to come be with your ugly ass? Well, you're not ugly, but come be with your ugly ass." And he's like, "Okay, baby." Oh, he didn't say okay, baby. Okay, baby. He. I'm sorry. He says, "Okay, I'm sorry. We need to understand each other more. We need to something else." He said, and I didn't hear it. But basically, Laura feels better after having that talk, and she's still holding out hope that Liam will come. But I mean, I don't know. If I was Liam, I'd come because even though you didn't tell me you got married the first time, and that really hurt me because I thought we was cool and all. But I come. I have to come. Anyway, that's the end of their story. Real quick, fast, and then a hurry. We see Karini and Paul. They're having problems. Like that's nothing new. She goes to go talk to her mother after the fight where he said you can go be with somebody else if they treat you better, and she said, "Go, Paul, go," and did like that. Um, and the thing is, when I was rewatching the argument between them when they showed the flashback, I'm like, neither one of them know what they saying. She talking about, "Oh, Paul, shut up! I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you." In her language, he like, "We don't have to be together. I can go back to America." In his language, and I'm just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If I can't even argue with you in the same language, it's not worth it. She wants advice from her mother because she can't take it anymore. What do you think your mother, who hates Paul, is gonna say? Exactly what she said. Her mother said that as soon as she and Paul get a divorce, she Paul will be doing them a favor. The sooner that he gets out of Karini's life, the better. She said that Karini said that she tried to endure a lot because of the baby, but Paul didn't change, and she thought that he'd be a good husband, but I'm just trying to get a divorce. And the mother is like, well, you won't be alone, with the baby. You got us. And Karini is like, he can go back to the U.S. And the mother is like, hell yeah, he can go back to the U.S. And the only thing that Karini said that I lightweight understand is that I understand is when she was like, I don't want my son to grow up in this dysfunction. But she said, I don't want my son to see Paul stressing me out all the time. But like, I don't know. But we all know, that if you don't know, but Karini and Paul were spotted in Kentucky. Kentucky? They were spotted in one of the southern states. I think it's Kentucky. Like, it was a picture someplace, and it was a few weeks ago. So we know that she's over here. How did she get over here? We do not know. But she is over here. Okay. Next, we see Submit. Submit basically was gone for 2 weeks. Then he returned in the middle of the night to be with Jenny. Bro, if that don't sound like a damn, I was about to say therapist, a damn mistress, I don't know. Anyway, he said that his parents were asking questions about where his company was located, what was his address and all of that. He just lied and he didn't tell him the truth. Okay, because he knew that his parents was gonna try to stop him. So he takes her to temple and he says he can't lie in front of God. So he's like, I know that you know, was alone. I know that I left you alone and I'm very sorry about that. And Jenny says, I thought you wouldn't leave and your family has a lot of power over you. And she's like, what can they do? And he's like, I just don't want my family to threaten me or to threaten you and then you feel uncomfortable and not want to be with me. He says in the confessional, he doesn't want Jenny to feel like uber threatened and then decide, oh, I'm gonna need to take my ass on back to America. Because first of all, I ain't gonna let nobody threaten me. Okay, my 30-year-old boyfriend, if he can't sit up here and tell his parents, who are probably my age, that he's having sexual, well, don't say that he's with someone, then I don't know. I'm gonna have to edit this video because I keep yawning. So he says that he didn't know what love was until he met her, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, that's really sweet. But I mean, I'm sorry, but what would be really sweet is telling your parents that, you're going to marry this white lady. Okay. Just tell them. Just tell them. So he says that he wants to do a ring ceremony. My eye looks little, so don't pay attention to it. He says he wants to do a ring ceremony to basically officially, well, not officially, because I don't even think they fianced right now, but to ask her to be his fiance in front of everybody. And I said, everybody or everybody? Because if you do it in front of everybody, I'm cool with it. If you do it in front of everybody, I'm not really cool with it. So he says that he loves her more than anything, and she starts to cry, and she's like, how will this work if we can't get past your family? And he doesn't answer. So next we see that they are going to the grocery store. She's going to cook his favorite meal, to celebrate the ring ceremony and to celebrate the fact that this man came home. He says that it's very emotional to him that she's even putting in the effort to learn these dishes for him. He loves her and she loves him. And I still am rooting for them. I just need you to not, I need you to tell your damn mama. Tell your mama and tell your daddy immediately. Anyway, um, so they kept showing this scene of her, like, wiping off her hands and looking like that. And I already knew what it was because she didn't look like somebody came in with a gun and tried to take Submit into the night and say, this is my son, I'm about to take him. and just like leave. She looked very happy. So we hear a knock on the door. Submit opens the door. It is her daughter. Her daughter and her daughter's wife. One thing I did not like is the daughter's wife is named Jenny. And I said, we not gonna do this. There is nothing that would make me want to marry somebody who got my mama's name. That's not sexy. I'm sorry. I can't imagine sexy time and I may call your name and your name may be the same as my mama's. Now I'm all out of whack. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Anyway, they done showed up in India. They done showed up in India. Jenny was so happy. Submit was happy. I guess Submit was surprised. Kevin said, how did they know where she lived? It was the producers, and I'm like, maybe, okay, but their asses is here, and I'm like, if they don't have kids, then you know that they could have afforded that trip to India, because when you don't have kids, you're able to do things, and I'm just like, for you to pick up and come to India, you said, bitch, we here. But what's her name? Christina. Her daughter is like, we here. We know that I know that my mama was a little bit sad, so I came here to, be her support system. But also, I came here because I wanna have a little few words with Submit. I wanna ask him why the hell he leaving my mama in this house alone. That's why she came. That's why she came. And you know what? To be quite honest, I probably come to. Oh, he left you in the house for 2 weeks? Oh, okay. 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 I show up immediately. Immediately. My mama in New Zealand. I show up. Hello. Hey, can I talk to you? Cause you a bitch, okay? What you doing? What you doing with my mama? And why is she in this house by herself? Honestly, I don't even know if I could have sat up here and did the group hug, because I would have been doing the group hug and looking at him with some side eyes like. Anyway, moving on. We see Devin and Jihoon. They're going to the park. It's about 6 weeks until she moves to South Korea, and she wants to give him some time to get an apartment and get everything ready. She said that when she was pregnant, he offered to send money, but he hasn't, and all of the financial burden, fell on her. She needs to ask about the finance situation. He has something that he needs to tell her as well. So they go to the park. Drusilla gets out, go play. They with the baby. Everything is cool. He's like, hey, I got something to tell you. She's like, yeah, what's up? People be making so much fun of her makeup. Anyway, she's like, yeah, what's up? He's like, I quit my job. She said, I'm sorry, what? You what? He said, I quit my job. And she said, you what? He said, I cut. I ain't got no job no more. She said, you quit for what? Not enough money. Huh? Well, it's enough money for me, but with you and you and you, it ain't enough money. And she said, so you telling me you ain't got no damn money? What? Do you have savings? He said, don't worry about it. He said in the confessional, when he was younger, he messed up his credit, a lot of credit cards. So, how old is he? Because I know she's 22. How old is he? Because he said younger, and I said, what's really younger than 22? I mean, I messed up my credit cards. But what's really younger than 22? She says that she's very upset. She's pissed because she already quit her job and sold everything, and she can't really turn back now. And she's like, so when you gonna get a job? And he said, when I go back to Korea. She says, so do you have enough to afford an apartment? And he says, don't worry, our future will be bright. Heaven. And I'm like, heaven? We gonna die? We gonna be out on the streets and then we gonna die. That's what that sounded like to me. So next scene we see Ji-hoon is leaving and she knows that it means the next time that she's gonna be going to South Korea. So they both don't want, him to leave. She's like, you need to get a job, you need to get your stuff together. He's like, yeah, I'll try. And she said, I need action. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. He says that she worries too much and he's a very confident person, so he knows that things are going to work out. He tells Devin to trust him, and she's like, I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing trust me. I want to hear action. Okay. Not, you know what I mean. She says that she loves him, but she doesn't know if he's grown up enough to think about the future like she does. And that's why I'm like, how old is he? Are y'all around the same age? I really need to know how old this man is. Anyway, did I save the last? Y'all, Corey. I'm gonna try to wrap this up in like 3-4 minutes. Corey is out on the mountains with this man named Raul. He's one of Evelyn's friends, but he wants to prove that he can be a local man. So he's out with Evelyn. He's out with Raul. Corey says that Raul is his only friend. Okay. And he's like, I'm really cool with you. I'm really happy that I'm able to have someone to talk to like this. It means the world to me. And Raul says, you know what, big homie, I absolutely feel the same. But since I feel so strongly about us, in our friendship, and I think that you a cool dude, I'm going to tell you a couple things. He said, okay, yeah, that's fine, Tell me a couple things. What's going on? He says, me and Evelyn had a fling a couple of years ago. And he said, a couple of years ago? Oh, before y'all met each other. Um, Corey said that he's been there for 4 years, or he's been going back and forth. Y'all, my back is starting to hurt. He's been going back and forth for 4 years. I remember him saying that. I remember him saying that. I remember him saying that. So a couple years is 2 years. So maybe you should have said a few years, because a few is a few, 3, 5. But 3 still. Anyway, they had a fling. And he said, a fling? What does a fling mean? We hooked up a couple times. So now Corey is like, damn, is he saying this because he still want to be with Evelyn? Is he saying this? First of all, why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? Why didn't Evelyn ever tell me? And then he's like, I got something else to say. And he's like, what else? Well, you know how Evelyn had cheated on you with her ex? And he's like, yeah, it was the worst thing that ever happened. I don't like to think about it. He said, well, the whole town knows. And since the entire town knows, because they live in a small town, they call you they call you something. I can't remember the name, but they call you that. And it means a man whose wife or girlfriend is cheating on him. And I thought the nigga was down for Corey until he said in his confessional, every time they call him that, I just can't help but laugh. Every time they call him that, I just can't help but laugh. So Corey is heated. He said, I'm looking like a damn fool up in this shit. I need to know what's going on. I need answers, and I need them now. So he goes to see Miss Abby, or what they call her, Evelyn. Evelyn is at home. She's like, hey. He's like, what's up? She's like, how was everything? He was like, everything was cool. So I found out some like real crazy stuff today. And she's like, what? He's like, well, do you know that the townspeople be going around calling me something? And she said, no, I don't know. What you talking about? And he was like, with the horns and be laughing. And she's like, yes, I know what you mean. And he's like, so what does that mean? And she's like, it means that I'm cheating on you. He's like, oh, and guess what else? Oh, she said, Raul must be making that up. He must be jealous or something because I haven't heard that. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, he might be jealous because he also told me that y'all had the sex. And she's like, oh, he told you that as well. I mean, it happened before you. And Corey is like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, you didn't damn near, he didn't say this, but you damn near slept with the whole town, it seemed like. And he's like, where's your promise ring? He gave her a promise ring a couple of years ago and she don't wear it. And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, you don't wear your promise ring. Are you in or are you out of this? And she's like, well, apparently I'm out, Corey. And that would have been all I needed to get my stuff and leave, but he didn't leave. And he said, oh, she said, I don't ask you who you have been with in your past. He said, no, you don't, but you told me to get all my exes off of social media, which I did. But you still talk to your ex. You still cool with your ex. She's like, he's a great friend. Then she said, he's a great friend and he's going to be here before you. He was here before you and he's going to be here after you. And I guess Corey didn't hear that because he didn't say nothing out the ordinary. But he was like, okay. So did the sex happen in this bed? And she's like, girl, why are you crying? Anyway, she didn't answer the question. She started crying and she told him, go on, get. Just go on and get. And he left. Anyway, y'all, I'm done with this. Um, Corey, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you that you need to go get you a woman. Oh, and then Raul said that there's a saying: whoever loves the least has the most power in the relationship. And Corey is so in love with Evelyn, and Evelyn don't love him as much as he loves her. Anyway, I got to get dressed and do everything. So if you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and everything else you need to know about me will be down below. My name is Brielle. I make beats, I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along, bro. When I tell you, never mind. Bye.